everyone and welcome back to my channel Lessons at Fingertips. Here we discuss on some important topics in really simple words so that it's easier for you all to understand and keep things in mind. So today our topic of discussion is going to be another important topic which is called as national income, as you all can already see. Well, what do you mean by national income? We are going to get into a brief description related to national income. We are going to then study the two approaches. The one is the traditional definition and the second one is the modern approach or the modern definition. And as per the modern definition, we have a lot of different types of things, but we are going to go through two important concepts. And in my next video related to national income, we will discuss some other important concepts related to this topic. So let's begin with the topic. Well, national income is what? National income means the value of goods and services produced by a country during a financial year. So it's the total value, the net value of goods and services that are produced in a financial year, in 1 year. Got it? So national income means what? The value of goods and services produced by a country during a financial year. So that is the national income of that particular country. Now, it is what? The net result of all economic activities of any country. It will show you all kinds of economic activities that are taking place. All the economic activities means what? All the activities related to money, sale and purchase of goods and services, isn't it? So all the economic activities are shown, the net value, the net result is shown through the national income, isn't it? So during a period of 1 year and is valued in terms of money. So whatever economic activities are done, whatever services are provided, it is converted in terms of money to understand the net value of the national income. Now, if you see, national income is what? Is an uncertain term and is often used interchangeably with the national dividend, national output, national expenditure. So basically, national income is what? Is a very uncertain term, because you can see what is the actual result of national income in terms like, if you calculate everyone's income, you can get that. If you calculate everyone's expenditure, you can also get the national income, the net value of goods and services that is produced in the economy. How? Because किसी का expenditure will be किसी और का income, isn't it? So क्या होता है, whenever you are calculating the national expenditure also, like everyone's expenditure if you are calculating, then also you get to know what is the net value of goods and services that is produced in the economy. So not only this, you can calculate using national dividend, national output, what is the total output that has taken place in the economy, as well as national expenditure. Now, the progress of the country is known how? By the growth of the national income. अभी आपका progress हुआ है कि नहीं, आपको कैसे पता चलेगा? If your salary is increasing in the company, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि हाँ मेरा progress हुआ है, because my salary has increased. किसका level कितना है, किसने कितना पढ़ाई किया है, how much better someone is, it will be visible in terms of the money that particular designation he is getting, isn't it? Manager को जितना मिलता है, lower level workers को उतना नहीं मिलेगा, isn't it? So क्या होता है कि how much growth is happening, how will you understand in terms of money? Similarly, यहाँ भी we will see the same thing, that the progress of the country is known by the growth of the national income, that how much growth is taking place, isn't it? That will show the progress of the country. Okay. Now we have two important definitions. One is the traditional approach, one is the modern approach. What is the traditional approach? It was given by Marshall. Okay, and according to Marshall, the labor and capital of a country acting on its natural resources produce certain net aggregate of commodities, material and intermaterial, including services of all kinds. This true net annual income or revenue of a country. So whatever the labor and the capital of a country is produced okay, acting on its natural resource, produce certain net aggregate of commodities. So natural resources का use करके the labor and the capital is producing some output. That net aggregate output is called as the national income. Marshall का approach में, that is the traditional approach में. Material and immaterial, including services of all kinds. This is the true net income or revenue of a country in terms of Marshall approach. But this approach has been criticized on two grounds, important two grounds. First one is the problem of double counting. What is happening? Whatever the labor and the capital is producing using the natural resources available. Now whatever they are producing, हर एक चीज goes through what? Lots of different stages. Now everywhere if the national value is calculated, it will raise a problem of double counting. This is called as double counting. Suppose you have produced bread, right? Or suppose you have produced the agriculture, the farmers are producing wheat. Now that wheat is utilized to produce bread. Now the bread is again utilized to produce breadcrumbs. Those breadcrumbs are again utilized to produce some other commodity. What is happening now? Agar every stage may you calculate the value of wheat or the flour, what is happening? The problem of double counting is arising. Got it? So this is the problem of double counting which happens in case of this traditional definition. Next we have another problem. What is it? Due to varied category of goods and services, a correct estimation is very difficult. Now here the categories of goods and services, there are varieties of goods and services. So it is very difficult to understand what is the net value that is produced, what is the aggregate output that has been produced. Got it? So these are the two important bases on which the traditional definitions has been criticized. Now, okay, so now let us discuss about the modern approach. Well, as per the modern approach, here we are going to discuss about the two important aspects by which we can calculate the national income. The first one is the GDP and the second one is the GNP. What is GDP? The gross domestic product is the total value of goods and services produced within a country during a financial year, within a country, within the domestic territory of the country. Remember this point very nicely, because both the GDP and GNP is the total value of the goods and services produced in a financial year. But in case of GDP, that has to be within the domestic territory of the country, and for GNP, it has to be the people, but produced by the people of that nation, whether it's within the domestic territory or outside the domestic territory. Got it? For GDP, the importance is given to the domestic territory, whether all the people, if it's foreigner, if it's someone who is natively from America or anyone staying within India, producing goods and services, giving their earning money, paying taxes, they are going to be that is calculated to be within the domestic territory, isn't it? And that is considered in GDP. Got it? But what about GNP? For GNP, it is important that the person has to be the nationality of Indian, whether he is staying outside the domestic territory or in the domestic territory. Got it? This is the basic difference between GDP and GNP. Well, GDP constitutes of now what things? Wages and salaries, rent, mixed income, dividend, undistributed profit, depreciation, direct taxes, etc. Now definitely everything won't be added, isn't it? There are some things which needs to be subtracted too. Like for calculating the GDP, we are going to subtract the depreciation, we are going to subtract the direct taxes which are paid from the goods and services, isn't it? So these are the things which we are going to do. Next is for the GNP, the total value of goods and services produced by the residents of a country. That is what is important, the residents of a country. And it constitutes of what? Consumer goods and services, then gross private domestic income, goods produced and services rendered, income arising from abroad, etc. So these are certain, lots of this modern approaches, like what is GNP, what is GDP, we have discussed. This actually signifies the modern approach. There are other approaches. Now you see the gross domestic product, the national product, they can be on the basis of factor price, can be on market price. That we will discuss later. We will also discuss about the net national product and other things, right? So I hope you guys have liked this video. Please do hit a like and subscribe to my channel. Share with your friends for more such informative topics. Okay, till then, bye bye.